the NFL Combine to the actual NFL because I was watching the NFL Network, and this was like years ago when I was like in high school. I remember Michael Irvin saying that he don't really believe that like the 40 correlates, maybe like more like the shuttle in the L, but maybe not like the 40 because you rather gonna get down and put your hand in the ground and get a straight start like that during the game, which I could understand. Maybe if you ran the 40 from your starting position, like a receiver lineup, like a receiver, a DB starting a backpedal type shit, maybe that'll be a direct correlation. But I want to get y'all opinion because when I went through the testing myself, I always wanted to sit out on certain shit just because I know you'll never really get to see it on the field. You know what I'm saying? Outside of your vert and your shuttle, and your L, and your like individual position specific drills, the rest of it is just like all fun, just show. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what you think about it, Bama. What y'all boys think? Cause I don't think it got shit to do with it.
Yeah, before I go, welcome to Player's Choice. It's the panel up here. We'll be debating y'all ass today. But, I'm the host, Bam. Got Dev, Trent, my boy Jam up in the building. Shouts out to GOAT members King J and Camel Toast. If you'd like to become a member of Player's Choice, hit that subscribe button. You got different tiers. But shouts out to those guys right there. Now, the original question is, what drills from the combine you think translate to the field, or what does that really show, or is for show? For me, I think you right about that because you can, for instance, you can run like a 4.6 or 4.8 or whatever, but when it's time to play in the game, them boys play at a different speed.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's right. Like it's like, in a sense, it's like, yeah, some of it, like, but also like it go for like, it kind of help like those underdogs, like those dudes that might True. Look slow, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so it go both ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can have it either or, but I do feel what you're saying because we from the South, bro. I already know how that shit go. Like, you might not always test well on paper like some of these other spots, but when that whistle start blowing, like, you know what I'm saying, you still got to play the game. You feel me? Like, me myself personally, the drill I do look at the most though is the L drill and that 5-10-5 though, because that kind of simulate how the game go be played right there, like just running. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the broad jump, I feel like that might be show because it's like, yeah, I mean, that's probably freakish, but
it don't really matter.
Yeah, broad jump. I mean, you say you can say it, dude, but yeah, I know that show overall explosion and stuff, but I don't know. I still don't. Vert, yeah and no, because like, I don't know, when that ball in the air, I've seen some dudes like they just, it's just different. It's different, bro. Like, it's just different. Like, when you talk, because I'm a firm believer, bro. It's just some people that just know how to play football. You know,
and it's some people who just know how to test though.
Yeah,
that some people like.
What up, Lee?
I'm gonna keep it all the way G. I got a few homeboys who just was heavy on the testing scene, like coming out of high school. And even when we had our pro days, they just were hitting crazy pro days, even without the film. And it kind of got them their foot in the door because they could test. You feel me? But I'm just saying, okay, you take like Jerry Rice to go, and if you take his 40, you could throw that shit in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Now, but then you take like Randy Moss, and his 40 was, you know what I'm saying, probably not official, but we know his 40 something stupid. And so, the combine will work all in his favor. But then you take a Cooper Kupp and undraft him and shit and let him work. You don't really, you feel me? So it's kind of like a double edge. And I just personally think that they should target it more towards game like scenario situations. You feel me? Instead of like all these.
They do that. That's why they do the field.
Yeah, like the DB drills, the wide receiver drills, like those drills I think are good. I feel like the combine I think it goes both ways because the combine, like obviously you do have to have some athleticism to play in the NFL. Like everybody, you gotta have some type of athleticism, no matter what it is, or some type of skill set to play in the NFL. So, and the combine does help out lower tier prospects. I feel like the combine should be used to see whatever you see on film. If it shows, if it matches what you see on film, kind of like let's say a guy like I'm gonna go like who tests crazy. All right, on film, you saw what's his name, Nolan Smith. He looked crazy on the field.
Right,
He looks
right,
fast and all
right.
that. Now you see in the combine, okay, this all matches. That's why I feel like the combine is used for. I feel like it depends on the position. Like quarterback, I shouldn't matter too much. The running, I mean, I feel like today's league is a different league now, since you need more mobility, then it matters more versus like 10, 20 years ago. And especially now, the league is a lot more faster, a lot more frequency athletes. So I think the combine does matter, but obviously the film is ultimately what matters most, though. So just because the film is a part of a crazy combine, I'm not gonna draft you over a guy who's like probably still athletic but has better film. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For quarterbacks, I don't really look into the combine.
I think it should be like 90% film, 10% combine.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree with that.
You
Straight
gotta
up.
what you see like if you see a wide receiver go blazing at the combine, but you see on film that he can't
It
create
don't
separation.
translate. Yeah.
Like John Ross.
Keep that in your mind that
Oh,
he
he's
can't
kinda
create
different.
separation.
Don't do John Ross.
Then that
Yeah,
means
that's
that
nasty.
means he's just a great
That's
athlete,
nasty.
but he don't know how to read the plays and nothing like that.
If you
No,
see
no,
him
no.
play
You're right.
separate,
That's nasty.
It's like he said. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm real critical on receivers. So coming out of college, I always thought John Ross was decent, but he was just stupid fast. Like, but like I say though, like even to me personally, like you take John Ross and DeAnthony Thomas, they both kind of like the same type of player, more or less. You know what I'm saying? Scat players, but John Ross is just like straight up and down, straight line speed. But you know DeAnthony Thomas, he gonna take the kick return, get lateral on you, go vertical. He might muscle bitch, he might do, but that's on film. John Ross, he just running straight lines, burning everybody. Then you go to the combine and run a straight line, which is the fastest any nigga ran a straight line. It looked good, but we here to play football.
Yeah, that's why I'm high. Yeah, that's why I was high on Waddle coming out, because Waddle, he was just a fast dude. Waddle could run routes. So, like, you look at a guy like Jalen Waddle or like other receivers, they're not, even Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill route running was very underrated for a couple years now because he's such a dynamic player. I don't care if City was, I feel like.
I always said that because I had one of my high school teammates was in junior college with Tyreek Hill, and he been telling me about him since they was at don't say it. They was at the brown and yellow school in Kansas, Dodge. I think they was at Dodge.
It's Dodge.
I think they was at Dodge. Yeah, they was at Dodge together, whatever. And the thing about Tyreek Hill is like he got better since he been in the league, but coming out, he was like John Ross. It's just that he landed in Kansas City and got coached up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because he was not no like receiver, but but when you do your pro days and you all you gotta do is test. You feel me? You don't gotta beat no press. You don't gotta read Tampa 2 on the right, cover 3 on the left. You don't know about the back sitting and shit. That's shit that the combine don't show. You feel me?
And also, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, bro.
I was saying also the combine can go to a negative for some people that even do test crazy. Like DK Metcalf, he tests crazy, but his cone drill wasn't good, and he went into the second round. And it could go wrong both ways. It was still kind of crazy though, because like everybody had those concerns about DK, but they turned out to be kind of wrong because he's still a really good receiver.
Because on film he's a football player. You feel me? Like I say, it could go. It's a double-edged sword, but I just hate the fact that like you see people drop because of testing when like they even doubted Lamar Jackson after the season he came off of. When on film, it was clearly nobody better than him.
We know why. We know why.
We know why.
Why they did
it. They didn't doubt Zach Wilson.
Come on, Lee.
They said he was undersized at 6'3", and they said he was
that's crazy. Like
undersized at 6'3".
They 6'3", like that's
like,
stupid.
wow.
I don't think I ever heard
Didn't
that.
they say he has two small hands? Didn't they say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was bro.
They promote
He's
everything.
supposed to be some type of wizard in the NFL type
This
of
Zach Wilson we
Same
talking about?
executive game.
No, Bill Polian. Bill Polian.
Bill Polian. He
Yeah,
went up there and
He
said
drafted Manning.
his max would be his max out would be a running back. Because he was
Man,
talking
come
about
on,
how he said he was too short, and he said he's
Yeah.
too skinny for quarterback, but then
At
proceeded to say
6'3"?
he should play running back.
Yes.
Right.
I was like,
But you
wow.
got
That's-
you got
I don't
Russell,
think I
Russell
ever heard
Wilson.
But the league let
Russell
Tim
Wilson.
Same
Tebow play
reason they
QB.
doubted Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Thank you.
Ain't no,
Right.
you ain't telling me Deshaun Watson shouldn't have been the #1 draft pick.
Listen, bro.
I think he
Listen.
should have.
Listen. When I played
For sure.
against.
They down to Mahomes too.
Bro, I played against Dak Prescott when he was at Mississippi State, and that bitch was the truth. And they was calling him like when he was coming out, they wasn't giving him no respect, bro. And I seen him with my own eyes, bro. I found out who he was personally. He really that man in person, but when he was coming out, they ain't give him that respect, bro.
Do you think that had to do with the fact? Or do you think that had to do with like college placement, like what team he played in the
I think he
division?
got in trouble.
Honestly, bro, no. Honestly, yes and no, because yes, I say he was like a Tebow type quarterback to me. You know, take a little sauce off it, sauce off of it.
Right,
But he was
right.
like a Tebow to me. He wore 15 and all, power back, jump pass type shit. But
Right.
he was at Mississippi State. He's not. He was Tebow at Mississippi State. He's not Tebow at Florida or at
You want
Georgia.
Tebow, man. Stop
You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying,
Shout out to
see,
Tebow, man.
no.
Tebow.
See, it's going over your head. It's going over your head.
No, he kind of was though, because they was like the #1 in the nation and shit. He was like
that's
they
what I'm
little.
saying.
He was like they little.
He was a Tebow at Mississippi State. That's what I'm trying to.
They
I'm
had
not
that little
right.
buzz, damn.
He was
mullet.
Yeah. Don't,
He was
He was
I was
tough.
talking
He
shit.
was
All
tough.
right, bro.
When he had that
I was
LSU
talking
game,
shit.
yeah, he was tweaking.
I've been saying, bro, don't talk to me like a fan, bro. Hit me out, bro. He was that nigga there. Now anywhere else,
Yeah,
he wasn't.
yeah.
You
I
feel
get
me?
bullshit.
But
No, I get what you mean.
if anybody else was doing that, like okay, if Jalen Hurts was playing like that at Mississippi State, he wouldn't get the same respect coming out. You feel me? Because it goes with he's at Mississippi State. He's not at Alabama or Oklahoma. You kind of get some shit
I don't
taken
think
off.
that got that
But
much respect coming out there.
Actually, I got
He
a
did.
question for all y'all though. When it comes to quarterbacks and like from translating from college,
That didn't get that much respect coming out.
no, you know what fucked him up though? He got in the
he had a DUI, I think.
No. He got in a fight on
He
spring
was
break.
never
in
no
Panama.
first round type buzz.
Oh yeah, he did get knocked out.
No.
Yeah,
He got.
yeah.
Listen though. The dudes, he fought some dudes from Tennessee Tech, you know, in our conference. But the fucked up thing about it was, did you know his two of his old linemen left him and let him get jumped.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of friction on the team because those two old linemen, one was the starter and he lost his spot. Like shit got deep. You feel me? But the only reason I know because I was in the OVC and there was some OVC niggas who jumped them.
Oh yeah, I forgot. What school you went to? I go to TSC. What school you went to?
I went to Austin P.
Okay, yeah, I feel you.
I went to Austin P, but that was like 14 to 17. I think.
Yeah, I was in high school then.
Yeah.
Man, I got a bone to pick with you.
Who that?
Trent.
You say you got a bone pick with me?
Yeah. Break it.
This notion that Cam Newton didn't have nothing around him just because they didn't go to the NFL and succeed. That's crazy. You just don't know. Bama like you was talking about Reggie Ball.
No, Bama like you talking about the impact that Reggie Ball had. Yeah. Versus Tebow for shit show. Wait, hold on. Can you say that one more time for me? Let me hear you. What'd you say?
You had Michael Dyer rush for 1,000 yards.
That's one player. You brought Michael Dyer, and what happened to him after?
It don't mean what happened to him after. What happened to him that year?
He was solid, yeah. Now, what? Name the receivers again.
Ontario McCaleb, 980 yards rushing.
Name the receivers.
Terrell Zachary, 600 receiving yards.
Mid.
Darwin Adams, 980 receiving yards.
Mid.
had another receiver over 400. It don't matter what they was.
You crazy. You crazy.
I'm hearing a whole lot of stats right now
instead
of actual film and talking about how
you didn't watch it because I watched it. I watched these dudes forever. Just like Bama was talking about Reggie Ball. The impact that them boys had on the state of Alabama was just like that. And them boys been balling since they was growing up. Fact. Them boys was balling.
You talking about Cam?
I'm talking about that team.
Cam at Auburn?
Yeah.
He had the worst receiving core to win the national championship.
No, he didn't, bro. I was trying to say this last time.
Name something worse.
Now listen, bro.
Yeah, you don't know them boys.
For argument's sake, I'm gonna tell you like this. When I got to Canada, it was all them niggas on that team was in the CFL. Now you could take that how you want it. It's not NFL.
Bro, in real life,
that's how good. But that's how garbage they was.
I understand. But we're talking about other teams. I know in real football situations, like them themselves, they good. They cold.
But,
like I
you
know
just
that.
Don't know them. You just don't know they not got the names. You probably can name some worse ones.
I was gonna say, listen though. The thing
production is key.
You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong at all. But the thing about it is,
Auburn receivers was tweaking. What are you talking about?
all they started receivers ended the season with at least 600 yards. You can't spread the ball 4 different ways.
And one of y'all brought up Cody Burns. He had 11 catches.
Who got
y'all bringing up Cody Burns for?
Nah, the reason why I brought up Cody Burns because that was like who he was
to make a point when it wasn't valid, Bama. I know what you did. You connected, Bama.
Cody Burns.
I can't throw Auburn receivers.
I ain't gonna lie.
You from Bama, Bama.
To me, that's what I'm saying. To me, them receivers were ass.
Wait, but time out. Name me. Hold on. I need to know this.
Name
me. Now when Duke, I'll give y'all that. When Sammy Coates and Duke Williams and them got there.
But those was the little niggas. Those was the little niggas though.
But not Darvin Adams.
You put on Darvin Adams and
he had 980
yards.
Crazy.
Like them niggas.
Hold on.
Okay, I put it to you like this. Hey, Bama. Darvin Adams was starting over Duke in the CFL.
Bro, come on.
CFL. Okay.
We talking about in college.
We're talking about in college though. So it's like
because
but in college he produced 980 yards that year.
Trash though. You call him
it was his weapons, his wide receiver weapons were mid. Period.
Like, and then we not gonna act like Gus Malzahn. Was that not the first year of college football ever seen Gus Malzahn?
You said
and
what?
How he had that offense running. That was the first year that we really seen the RPO. That was the first year we ever really seen the RPO. Niggas didn't know how to stop that.
So I got a question for y'all again because name me another national championship team that had worse weapons.
I don't care about the name.
USC with Reggie Bush. Who the fuck was that receiver?
Did they not have Mike Williams?
Yeah, they had Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams clear and
what? Steve Smith.
They had the other Steve Smith. Those two are way better than any.
You talking about the Steve Smith that went to New York, right?
Yeah, that one.
You crazy as fuck. I'll take Darvin Adams over him.
You lying, man.
I'll take Darvin Adams in college. In college, I'll take him in college.
Let me see.
That championship Auburn team had Derek Winter, D'Angelo Benton, Antonio Goodwin,
bro. But
Trayvon Reed.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. You just trying to prove a point, just lying. Because I don't know why you taking Steve Smith, not taking Steve Smith over Emory Blake and Darvin Adams.
That's tough.
Like, come on, bro. What are we doing?
I don't know, man. I could just be a South nigga, bro. You could
okay,
why
we gonna negate the
Auburn receivers? I'm not throwing away Auburn receivers, bro. Y'all
niggas
don't really know what y'all.
It's not about throwing away. Hold on, real quick. It's not about throwing away. It's just the reality that he took the mid receivers to the championship.
Yeah, that was like.
This is all I'm gonna say though. Wait. This is what I'm gonna say.
Come on now, you know.
Cam didn't have reliable receivers to help him.
Yeah.
Or he did it by he made them look good, or they
didn't
contribute.
What boys from the state of Alabama do?
Jarrett.
Bro, they had Dwayne Jarrett. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, bro. Dwayne Jarrett was.
But here's the thing, though. Compared to other rosters, that is one of the weakest rosters. Like LSU championship, they had Jamar Chase, Jetta,
but that's what
Alabama.
But that's what made them so good, though. But that's what make them so good, though. You talking about Cam Newton and his ass supporting cast still one.
No, I'm not saying
same as everybody else.
That's what
like
Twitch
if
say.
we
He
being
say,
real, if we're
like,
being
not,
real,
no, if we being real, they was
Cam
legit.
supporting cast
They
is not
was
good.
legit.
No,
He
but
wasn't
Yes, it
legit.
was.
How is
So
it
it's
Yes,
legit?
like
they was.
listen,
that
though.
They
it's
legit.
like
They won a
it
national
was,
championship. They legit.
Matt.
If
It's
they
Cam
like
beat
was
this.
Alabama
legit, and the
ass, they
defense was
legit.
It
legit.
was like Hakeem taking the Rockets win that championship. That's not what Cam Newton
Bro,
did.
no,
Basically.
it's like what Cam, bro. It's literally like what Cam did his MVP year. They just lost.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing.
Crazy
They had
defense.
Greg Olsen, everything else on the receiving core, mid. Devin Funches,
that's
mid.
correct.
Tank
That's
in,
correct.
garbage.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I will give y'all. That's
Okay.
the only thing I give Auburn. Auburn always finds some way to get some black ass niggas that can play defense.
But
No, they do. Auburn can play
no
defense.
names, a bunch of no names you ain't never heard of. They got
Bama,
crazy
Bama.
ass names.
No.
I'm like,
See,
that's
look,
what-
And I give
wait,
can I just say this real quick?
y'all
I give
don't
Cam
understand,
credit
bro.
because
No,
throughout this
I
whole
feel what you said,
I
Darvin.
don't understand.
Bro,
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Terrell
This is what I'm
Zachary
saying,
was
bro.
what, 6'1", 6'2"?
This is what I'm saying though.
Can
Y'all,
run,
it's
can
easy
catch.
to it's easy to say that the Heisman winner is the sole reason that this team of 80 niggas went to the national championship.
That's
You
not
sound
true.
stupid as fuck.
He didn't
Now
say
listen
that.
though, listen.
That's
Let
fine.
me finish. Let me land, bro. I'm gonna let y'all land. But what I'm saying is the thing that made those receivers in that team so much better than the other teams was because they did it with so much less. You got compare them to the other national championship teams, they were stacked to their nuts. But you get this Auburn team with a bunch of 3-star quote unquote regular niggas with a junior college transfer quarterback, and they made it happen. You can't discredit them and tell them they ain't no better than the niggas that won it, like Joe Burrow and his stack team.
That's crazy to say because this is why I say Cam. This is why I say Cam is the main sole reason. He was the running game because let's not forget he had 1,500 yards rushing with 20 TDs, and he was the passing game. And the defense.
He still had two rushers with damn near 1,000 yards.
You're right, but he was the run. Who was the leading rusher?
They ran a triple option.
Who was the leading? Wait, hold on.
That's what we gotta take. Bama. Can we not take that into account too? That's the first time we've seen a triple option out the shotgun ever. Like Gus Malzahn came in blazing.
I give you that. That was a unique way to see the triple option, but the triple option is a triple option.
Triple option is triple option.
No, it's not.
You're right about that.
But not out the shotgun. That's different. That's different look.
I give you that. If you just want to say Gus Malzahn, he took that because he was at Harding. Wasn't it Harding? No, it was one of them schools. It's one of them schools.
No. I know what you're talking about.
He was in high school.
They was good too. They
was
good
in high
too.
school.
The D2 school. They was in the GSC. Fuck, I gotta think of that school name. But he was over there at the D2 school. Had them ranked in the nation running that shit, man. It was out the shotgun, bro. And like you said, they had that little tricky ass RPO up out of there where the quarterback will keep it. He'll keep running, and that receiver will dump it. And he'll dump it. And that's what they caught Alabama with against with Nick Marshall that year. They had Nick Marshall. They caught Alabama with that shit, and Nick Marshall threw that shit with his left hand. I was like, oh my god, like he threw that shit.
Yeah, you're right. That's the year that Florida State won that championship. You're right.
This
opinion here.
It's
just crazy though that we had.
Jameis receiver.
Yeah, he had good receivers. He had Kelvin Benjamin.
I'm taking Darvin Adams over Kelvin Benjamin, big fat. That's Ontario McCaleb. He played the Ontario McCaleb role.
Auburn they ain't do it better than James and them. They ain't have better receivers than them niggas. I ain't gonna give you that. I know them niggas.
You taking Darvin Adams over Kelvin Benjamin in college?
I know them.
I'm taking Darvin Adams over Kelvin Benjamin in college for sure.
Over Kelvin Benjamin.
Nah, Kelvin was
wait. No. Listen.
I'm taking Darvin
Adams.
No, time out. You know what? It's cool because I know exactly what you're doing. You're looking at what Kelvin Benjamin became in the league. That's cool.
No.
I'm not.
Kelvin
Benjamin.
You are.
Darvin Adams didn't play 1 year in the league.
Darvin Adams, he got a track record of years of production. Kelvin Benjamin only got 1 good year.
Kelvin had 18 years. He averaged 18 yards per carry. He averaged 18 yards after catch. That's crazy.
You talking about the same Kelvin Benjamin that went on to be a first-round pick? That Kelvin Benjamin?
Yes.
Bro, I know Kelvin Benjamin, little brother. He stayed 20 minutes. That Kelvin Benjamin, the nigga only had one good year in Tallahassee. He was damn near on the bench.
That was better than any year Darvin Adams ever had.
Darvin Adams, he had more than 1,000-yard receiving.
He never had 1,000 yards receiving, bro.
But from a talent perspective, we're talking about a guy.
You say 1,000, 963, 997.
No. He didn't have 1,000.
And who the hell was the quarterback in 2009 at all? With him,
he one of them technical type niggas. He never had 1,000 yards.
That team was tough.
But since we being technical, Calvin Benjamin didn't produce shit but 1 year. Since you being technical, he didn't have 1,000 yards.
But if you're talking about from a
Calvin
talent
Benjamin
perspective, from a talent perspective,
did he play his first year?
We switching talent. Wait, hold on.
Wait, so
hold on. Did he
Darvin Adams more talented than Kelvin Benjamin?
Wait, are you telling me right now Darvin Adams is a better player than Kelvin Benjamin?
He's saying that.
Yes.
And you're drunk.
I can't say that.
Can I make a point?
Yes.
You got
better route runner.
Yes.
Better hands. Yes.
Better hands.
Yes, he does.
Listen, bro. Just let me talk, because you just talking like you play man. You won't never see these niggas in real life. Kelvin Benjamin was in Tallahassee. If he was so good, why he redshirted? If he was so good, why didn't he start his sophomore year? If he was so good, why he had to wait till he was on practice squad with? Listen. He was on practice squad with Jameis Winston, running the scout team for 3 years, and they waited next in line. Darvin Adams was playing since a freshman.
Okay, first off, everybody passed.
So who's a better
ways? You bring that up.
He played in 2012 and 13.
You're talking about who's better. I got a nigga coming in as a freshman producing, and I got a red shirt senior who's producing 1 year. You don't.
And I've got a guy who was so good that he got down in the
red
first
shirt and
round.
came back and was better than any other year that Darvin Adams was.
It wasn't that much better. So
he was a better player for sure.
Darvin Adams, they both had 18-yard average seasons. Kelvin Benjamin, so he had the 15 touchdowns. That was the national championship year. That was
right.
Crazy. He had a crazy.
What he did before that?
He had 495, and Darvin Adams pretty much the 997, 16 yards per catch, 10 touchdowns, and then he came right back with the 52 receptions, 963 yards. That's
but KB better though, because
here's the difference maker.
He don't produce much.
Even though he had 495, he averaged 16 yards after catch.
He's not producing. Crazy. I don't really think you understand the name of the game.
Dev.
You're not producing. I don't care
what 2009, Darvin Adams.
Every argument for college football right now, is that what I'm hearing?
You can be 6'6" at receiver, but if you're not producing, it don't mean shit.
No, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that this other guy produced in more years. Kevin Benjamin only did it once. That's just how the college system works for some programs. I don't know what you're saying.
No, but the point.
Yeah, like Joe Burrow. We'll take Joe Burrow 1 year over Chester Bennett 4 years.
But the argument was who was a better college player. But I got.
That's what I just said. You can't dock Benjamin for being in a program that wouldn't allow him to play his first.
But you can't take somebody over somebody if I want to.
You can't knock Adams.
You can take somebody, but it don't make no logical sense.
You the same shit that you charging Darvin Adams with. You charging Adams with the same shit. You not charging Kelvin Benjamin.
You ain't right, Darvin Adams.
Darvin Adams wasn't a better player than Kevin. Bro, we're literally talking about Darvin Adams being a better player than Kelvin Benjamin. There's no logic towards that. None.
Yes, it is.
He's only a better route
runner. Catch the ball better.
No, hold on. The thing is, Darvin Adams, he only played his freshman year. He didn't really produce. He produced his sophomore year and junior year.
If Adam had Cam as a freshman, he'll eat.
Bro, I'm not trying to hear just because he started off the rip.
And here's the thing, hold on.
And who had better? And who are they? Who was the quarterback for Auburn in 08? Please look that up.
I don't know.
Probably it was somebody sorry though.
Sorry as fuck, and he went for 997.
Hey, Bama.
Yeah,
it's always been a good quarterback at Florida State.
Just kick it to me, because I don't even really like to do all the arguing shit. My whole point is you asking me who's better, and I have somebody who just produces year after year, and then I got somebody producing 1 year.
But Kelvin played.
Dev, wait. You're talking about a guy, but you're trying to compare two players in terms of how many years they played, how many years they produced. The first guy you brought up, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know him. But you're talking
about skills.
Wait, stop. You're talking about. I'm talking about how programs work. You're talking about a guy who probably came in and was probably the best. Was one of the best receivers of his team. When Benjamin could have came in and there was probably other top guys ahead of him.
Oh, you saying probably, but Kelvin Benjamin was a 4-star.
Hey, and guess what? Florida State doesn't run like Auburn does. So what are you saying?
But Florida, but what I'm saying is
at that little gap it did.
Listen though, but what I'm saying is you saying a bunch of properties, and I was watching that shit like live.
Okay, that's fine.
When Adams came to Auburn and when Benjamin came to Florida State, there wasn't nobody on the wild cowboy ride. Nobody was at the height of the school.
So you're saying Adams is a better player than Benjamin because he produced more and more years?
I think Adams is a better receiver than Benjamin.
No, are you saying? Oh wait, are you saying that because of the talent, or are you saying that because of more years?
I'm talking about overall wide receiver.
Even if you go based on production, production.
Let me answer this question. I think he's a better receiver because production. The proof is in the production.
The thing is,
know it or not,
I think Kelvin Benjamin is just a better talent than
I looked at the production. Benjamin has more touchdowns. The yards per catch
I don't think you watched Darvin Adams to say he's the best.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, hold up.
I find it really hard.
They had a quarterback, Chris Todd, and I ain't gonna lie, he actually wasn't that bad though.
Probably
190 completions, so 60% of his passes, 2,600 yards, 22 touchdowns, to only 6 interceptions. Bro, I mean, for that time here, that's not that bad, bro.
But the thing is, even if we go by yourself production, it's relative. I just looked it up. It's very close. Even with Kelvin Benjamin 2 years, it's super close between those two because he yards go to Adams, touchdowns go to Benjamin, and yards at the catch is pretty much the same.
Bro, we're just stat watching. I ain't gonna lie, just watching the game itself. Darvin Adams is not better than Kelvin Benjamin because there's nothing on the field besides
what position you used to play? What position you used to play? What position you used to play?
Who, me?
What position you used to play?
I play tight end right now.
So when you actually watching them receivers, are you watching the fucking shit you see on SportsCenter, or are you watching them play? Because
he plays the game himself. So I mean,
I played the game too. What I'm saying is, Darvin Adams is a better blocker. He's a better hands catcher. He's a better route.
Why are y'all saying Darvin Adams had better hands? That was Kelvin Benjamin's best ability in college. He was not a better hand. He did not have better hands than him at all.
That was his best ability.
Adams was nowhere near that, bro.
You crazy as fuck.
Nowhere near that. Why are we hyping?
You crazy?
Are you really trying to hype up Can's receiving reps like they was something crazy? They was not good.
Bro,
it was alright.
Bro,
what are you talking about, bro?
The fact. I think you.
I'm taking Darvin Adams over.
I ain't even.
7 days of the week,
say
twice
some
on
shit.
Sunday.
Man, I was gonna say some receiver shit to you, Mr. Tight End, that was gonna go over your head, but I don't want you to get offended because I'm not trying to offend you. But what you really need to do is when you watching these positions, the wide receiver position is more than just catching a bomb when you 6'6", nigga. It's Darvin Adams eating his man alive, bro.
Duh, we know that.
No, you don't. I don't think you don't.
We do. It's that I don't know. Maybe it's a nostalgia factor or something. Because there's no way.
No, it's not.
No, if you listen, man, bro.
Yes, I watched both of them. There's no way you watched Darvin Adams.
You couldn't have watched Darvin Adams and Kelvin
Benjamin
and say Kelvin Benjamin is blowing him in the dirt. That's disrespectful, bro. Kelvin Benjamin wouldn't say that. Kelvin Benjamin wouldn't even say that. You crazy as fuck.
I think he would. I know Kelvin Benjamin. I think he would.
You know him? Well,
yes,
you just know him. Like how good you know him? Because
I know him.
I'm from Palm Beach, and we could.
Bro,
do that.
I know him. I know him good enough, bro.
You know him, or you know him? Both his brothers?
I know him. I don't know his family. I know him because I used to. My pops worked for
I know his baby mama too. I know the nigga.
What I got to mean with Kelvin Benjamin? I'm not talking about his family.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
All right.
You know him. I know him too, but that's irrelevant.
But what you saying though? You're not saying nothing.
What I'm saying is, if you watch Kelvin Benjamin and watch Darvin Adams, and you think Kelvin Benjamin is a better receiver than him, I don't really think you know what you're talking about. I really don't think you know what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying.
You can say that.
Is it really that crazy to say that though? Because Kelvin Benjamin was tough.
Like, bro, it's night and day.
No,
bro.
nobody.
Yes, it's crazy to say that.
Darvin Adams of all people. What the fuck, like?
So what you talking like Kelvin Benjamin?
No, he chasing. He a name chaser. He a
top
name
10.
chaser, dog.
It's not name chasing, bro. It's just knowing what the reality of the football the game was, bro.
It's all right. It's all right. That's your reality of football.
All right, and that's y'all's. Y'all can. That don't matter. But he wasn't better than him, bro. He wasn't.
To you.
Like y'all trying to hype up Cam. So y'all trying to hype up.
No, it's no hype. It's no hype. It's your opinion.
You downplay him too much.
He wasn't better than you, but I just don't need to say that just because that's how you feel. I don't think I feel one way, you feel the other way. Next topic.
All right,
What was the question you said about
quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, how do y'all when y'all watch a quarterback in college and see how he translates to the NFL, how do y'all kind of like determine like, I can see this guy can translate to the NFL, or this guy, he's a good college quarterback, but like I can't see that. Like, for example, we all know Stetson Bennett is a good college quarterback, but we can't see it in the NFL. Versus like Bryce Young, we can see it even though he's undersized, we just know he has the it factor. Like, what kind of like draws us to
this is an NFL quarterback too.
All right, Dev, I'll answer your question. When I watch film on quarterbacks, I mostly look for pocket presence. I look for the system of the offense they ran, and I look at what throws they can and can't make, because those are the things that kind of translate to the league. What throws can you make? What throws can you not make? How strong of an arm do you have? What pocket presence do you have? Because those are things that translate to the league. When I look at a guy like what's homeboy's name? I'm forgetting his name. The quarterback from Florida. I'm forgetting his name for some reason.
Anthony Richardson.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth now.
Anthony Richardson.
When I look at a guy like him, I look at a guy with a cannon of an arm. I look at a guy that has all-world athleticism, and I look at a guy who can actually make throws. But when you look at the results of those throws, people like to look at his completion percentage. But what they don't realize is they only look at that. They don't watch his film. They don't watch how the Gator receivers never got open. They never look at how the Gator receivers kept dropping the ball. They don't do stuff like that.
So picking and choosing, though. You picking and choosing.
I'm not picking and choosing. What do you mean? How is that picking and choosing? Time out. If Anthony Richardson's receivers are dropping the ball and can't get open, of course he's going to have a low completion.
What about just hear me out. He
can make the throws too. I'm saying that
he can make the throws. This is why I say he's a high risk, high reward. The reason why I say high risk, high reward at the same time.
He's better than Will Levis.
If you look at him, his receivers was open. So this is one thing you guys got to realize, like guys that ain't never like played before.
I played before.
Okay, so you'll know this. So when you play receivers, sometimes that shit you got to be in sync. So sometimes when the quarterback don't get you the ball when you open or when you make certain breaks, that shit go on the receiver head too. So some of them times when y'all be looking at the receiver just dropping the ball, what about the time he throwing receivers out of bounds and shit like into the Gatorade cooler? A lot of people don't think about that time. So now when I'm wide open, sometimes I just drop the shit, bro. It's like, bro, fuck it. Nobody ain't gonna say nothing about what about the time he threw me to the Gatorade cooler? Like, bro, I still got Gatorade on me. I gotta wipe this shit off my visor and everything, bro. But we go sit there and talk about I just dropped this pass. Like, nigga, I got Gatorade in my gloves.
The biggest thing about him is consistency. Because I see him make some all-world plays, and I mean some all-world plays. I see him make some like, what are you doing? Because I feel like Richardson, if he let's say he stayed another year, or like let's say he would have got like Jalen Hurts treatment in college, bona fide, no doubt. It's just with Richardson, if he would have played his freshman year, which he should have been playing his freshman year over Emory Jones, I don't know why he didn't.
That roster, if he had them, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, but I do believe in him, and he did play in the SEC, so he played against good competition. So I think that's a high risk because it wasn't like he's playing against trash competition, and he did play better than Will Levis, in my opinion. I felt like because I can see him have that it factor. That makes sense. Like that Utah game to make that play. He has that intangible you can't really measure on the field. Like Bryce Young has the it factor. Like he's on the field, his presence is like known. You guys know what I mean. Like his presence is known, kind of like Mahomes and all that. I do feel like he kind of has that, but he really needs to just be consistent on like those throws and like in those hospital balls. I seen him throw some hospital balls a little bit.
Yeah, and I brought up some things about Richardson's game that correlated to the completion percentage being so low.
Yeah,
he has negatives. There's no. Sorry,
I was gonna say I feel you on the completion percentage part, but I ain't gonna lie. Like I rock with Anthony Richardson, bro. But them ducks he be throwing.
And I was about to get to that. There is some inconsistency there, but you don't. Again, I say this a lot, and I don't know why. And this is another reason why people hate Will Levis for some reason. You don't draft quarterbacks on what they're going to be today. You draft quarterbacks on what their ceiling is, how you can develop them, what you can develop them into. That's why guys like Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, I think, kind of get shitted on right now because they're not going to be good immediately in the league.
Nah,
but I think they get shitted on.
Will Levis gets pooped on because he's dirt.
And also because we'll have this Zach Wilson too.
Well, Zach Wilson, that's just a bust. You know, you're gonna swing and miss sometimes.
But look, check out
Zach Wilson was gonna be good. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be good.
This is what I say though. This is why I say, man, I don't care about none of that down the future shit because what I call potential is a bunch of shit that somebody ain't even did yet, but you expecting them to do it. It could be a time where they just don't never do it. So what I go off of, somebody like Stetson Bennett, even though he is slight, even though he is undersized.
Oh no!
You watch him play football, he make all the throws you need him to make. Like I don't know what
bottom line
wanted to look like, but bottom line is if you got an offense, he run it, he don't fuck it up, and he gonna make every throw you need him to make. I don't know,
bro. That's what I was gonna say,
and that's fair.
That's what I say when I look at pressure come, get away. He get away. He fast enough to get away to pick up the first down. He do all of that. He run the offense. Them offenses like what they run at Georgia and Alabama to where you got to go to the sideline. That's more of an NFL simulated. They use the head.
It's a pro.
It's a pro style offense. But what's so unique behind Bryce Young? He really like just ran the offense like because he'll have new personnel every year, and that's why I really like Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett did it again this year with new personnel as well. If you watch them boys, they getting dudes in the right place. They letting everybody like penalties. They taking control of the whole offense, bro. That offense, that offense is predicated. It's basically like that's the extra coach on the field right there. That's kind of like how they.
I haven't watched enough Stetson. I haven't watched enough Stetson Bennett.
Only difference was Alabama receiver talent wasn't like Georgia this year because Alabama receiver wasn't. They were good, but they weren't.
They wasn't like the previous. They wasn't like the previous.
And Bryce Young really had to take a step up and he did it. Like even and like those games that they lost, you can't blame him Bryce Young because he put up 49 against Tennessee and he put up I forgot how many points. I forgot how they lost to LSU, but they only lost because LSU took a chance and. They got the gamble
at the end of the game. That's what he won me over. It was at his best, arguably his best weapon. Jahmyr Gibbs like jumped outside of something. Nick Saban about to lose it. Bryce Young told Nick Saban like relax. He was like relax.
Speaking of Alabama,
soon as he started calling, as soon as they called that next play, man, you see this dude Bryce like getting everybody like, hey, bro, do this, do that.
See, Bama, bro,
really like a pro out there, bro. Like,
bro, let me cut you off. Bro, I'm glad you say that because, like, you know how he was like, what you look for in the quarterback? Just like you said, bro, the first thing I want to look at is, and then I'm kind of biased because of my past experience, but how long has they been in the system or how many OCs have they had, right? Because that explains, one, how you operate on the fly, and two, can you keep a strong mental with change, right? And another thing too is when shit go bad on the field, everybody want to be like the completion or he does this or the balls are lollipop. When shit doesn't go his way, how do you respond to that? Because in the NFL, more than not, it's a coin toss every time you snap the ball, and you probably gonna end up on your ass more times than not in the NFL. So when we talking about the transformation, if you can keep a level head with a bunch of 17, 18, you know what I'm saying? When you're supposed to be quote unquote immature, I think when you're talking about NFL, you kind of correlate to having a more mature quarterback. But my last point, I'm a land. My last point is when I look for a quarterback, bro, I want to see can you get the job done or not. I don't care if you look like Joe Montana. I don't care if you look like Tua. I don't give a fuck. But if you can stand back there and keep a like a pocket presence, like Homeboy was saying earlier, you got a good pocket presence. You can feel the rush instead of keeping your eyes in front of you. You keep your eyes downfield. And another thing too is your college coach. Was your college coach worth anything? Because when you know you with your position coach, you with them 80% of the time. That's the person in your ear teaching you everything.
Why do you think Josh Allen was drafted so highly?
Josh Allen?
Mm-hmm. He's tough in college.
I mean,
but if you actually watch him on film, why do you think he was drafted that highly?
I don't know. Tell me. I don't really feel like doing all that. What's up?
Josh Allen had immense arm talent, was a supreme like a physical specimen. He was 6'4", 6'5", incredible athlete, could run. But the big thing with him was he was incredibly raw. Some throws he couldn't make. He was panicky in the pocket. But why was he drafted in the top 10? Because of what he can become, because of what the Bills can develop him into. Look at what he's turned into now.
But he also did have a good year his junior year.
Yeah. But that's why I don't like looking at stats when it comes to quarttats. It's film. Film is.
You can't say that. You can't say.
What do you mean you can't say
that? I know. He does make a good point. Film does kind of show the truth.
I value film over stats. There you go.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like watching a player on film than just looking at a stat sheet and saying this guy's better than this guy.
Now that is fair though. That is very fair.
I mean, but you can't dismiss the stats. I mean, you can't dismiss the stats.
Me personally, I completely dismiss everything but TD to interception ratio. That's what I look at. When it comes to stats, I look at TD to interception ratio.
Honestly, if it ain't no stats, then the nigga ain't on your radar in the first place.
How you look at TD interception ratio and then you talking about Anthony Richardson?
I don't value stats as highly as I do film. There you go.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm about to say that's
I could see you. I could understand. Like, you don't solely go on
all it is,
bro. I agree with you.
I'm finna put it this way. This is why I say it's funny, bro. Y'all boys kind of got like a little bias how the females have it because they tall. If Anthony Richardson was 5'9" or 5'10", you wouldn't feel as strong about him as you do. You know it. And they can throw the ball the same way. They could throw the ball the same way Anthony Richardson throwing. It's just the fact that he's 6'4" and he's doing all of that shit.
Thank you.
Well, of course, that comes into it.
The same thing with Josh Allen, because I'm gonna keep the same energy. The same thing with Josh Allen. He had horrible mechanics, short and intermediate wise. Yeah. And he still struggles with the in. If I'm gonna keep the same energy with Jalen Hurts, I gotta keep it with Josh Allen. He still struggles with the same shit he struggled with at Wyoming.
I agree.
Short and intermediate game. And in crunch time, he does not make the right decisions with the ball. If you look at Miami, they could have won that game, but what happened? He threw a horrible, inaccurate pass.
You mean Cincinnati?
No, Miami.
No, Miami.
I'm talking
the playoff game. The playoff game.
Not the playoff game. They won the playoffs. I'm talking about the regular.
Yeah, we.
I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, they beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember the game. I remember that game.
And then even in the playoffs, let's just keep it real.
Scholar
they was able to stay in the game. They was able to stay in the game because Scholar was playing bad, bro. But Josh Allen started to really just, I don't know.
He's like a gunslinger.
Josh Allen didn't look the best in that playoff game. That's fine. But to say that, I mean, he still has the same issues, but not to the extent that he had in college.
That's like because
the Bills have still done an excellent job at developing that raw talent that he has.
Now, P5, I'll give you this.
Coaches like the coach, bro, and they seen an opportunity to coach.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing. That's one thing about NFL I do like and dislike because you got to do a job of coach players because no player is going to come in perfect. You actually got to coach and develop guys, and that's the problem because like you can't expect like this guy, even though he's super good, to come in and just change the franchise or put him in a system. You got to coach him up. You know, even like look at Joe Burrow. Like let me use Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes sat a year. Even though he could have been, I feel like he would have been great his first year, but he sat a year, got to learn, and did this, and boom, came out 50 touchdowns. Tom Brady sat down, Aaron Rodgers sat down. These guys actually have to come in and do their job and coach these guys. You can't just put a college guy 21, 20 years old. Like, all right, here's the keys. Against grown men, the NFL is so fast. Like they have to develop.
Exactly.
So
there are some exceptions, but that doesn't go for every quarterback. And just because
y'all talking college, right?
Yeah, college.
How college translates to the NFL, like how a college quarterback would translate to the league.
Just like he just
I look
said,
at if they could beat Alabama
like
or not.
RG3, they threw him in the fire.
If you can't beat Alabama, I don't think you should be drafted in the first round.
Who you guys got in the playoffs next year?
Repeat that. What?
Who you got in the college football playoffs?
Who do I have in the college football playoffs?
Colorado gonna be in there.
That's crazy.
Colorado's wild.
Colorado.
That's crazy.
If I had to be generic, I'd probably say Georgia's gonna be in there. I'd probably
look
say
who they gotta beat to be in the playoffs. Who the fuck y'all smoking, bro? Look who Colorado gotta beat to make the playoffs.
They have a hard schedule.
Colorado. I didn't say that.
Hey, someone name a top 4. Come on.
I guess Georgia.
I'll give Georgia that off just honorable
Ohio
mention.
I'm going.
Ohio State, Michigan own Ohio State now.
Huh?
Michigan, the new king of the Big Ten, bro.
Georgia, Bama, USC, and
USC is fair. That's fair.
Georgia, Bama, Colorado.
Prime gonna make it, bro.
Hey, are you a Bama?
Bro, Michigan making the playoffs, bro. You crazy?
I'm gonna go Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, and you know what? We coming back this year. Clemson, we coming back this year. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, Clemson's dead in the water, bro.
DJ Uiagalelei.
It's K Klubnik now. What you mean, DJ Uiagalelei?
I'm talking about how disappointing he was.
Hey, what's Jit last name?
K Klubnik, best quarterback out of Texas.
Hey,
well,
but
tell me about Archie Manning. I haven't looked at him yet.
One quick second though, because I do want to touch on what Dale said, because I agree wholeheartedly with that, with the translate from the NFL to college to the NFL. Even back with what Jam said, it's such hit or miss with those thinking that they gonna come in right away and just ball out. Like that's why I be like, bro, that's kind of unfair. Like, why does everybody have to ball out their first year in order to label somebody good?
Right, bro. It's all right to sit down, bro.
I feel like it's more success, like you said, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You can keep going down the line. Or when you let those legends, Steve Young. Even if you look at Justin Herbert,
hey, what school produced the GOAT?
With the intent was for him to hit the season and then come
Texas
in.
Tech.
Texas Tech did actually. Yes, Texas Tech.
Yeah, that's a new GOAT now. That's over. I got it.
Man, that's just disrespectful, bro.
It's not. It really isn't.
It really is, bro.
I know you're
that's not disrespect.
That's probably the only thing y'all good for is Tom Brady, because.
What you mean? We the new kings of the Big Ten, man.
Man, I don't know. That's saying much.
What you mean? We own the Big Ten the past 2 years. Someone got to knock us off.
Who told y'all that?
Who told us what?
Self-proclaimed.
What you mean? What you mean? We won the Big Ten championship 2 years in a row.
In order to be the king of something, you got to cap that shit off with a national championship. That's why
I said the Big Ten.
I could feel Georgia saying that the king.
He said Big Ten. He said Big Ten.
But no,
I didn't say other country. I said the Big Ten.
But to be fair, this is what I'm saying. Because I got to get nasty. To be fair, Ohio State was the kings because not only was they dominating the Big Ten, they was capping off some of their seasons with national championships. So that's where they became king. Is because we run.
When was that?
And we beat
2014.
Yeah, so how many years ago was that?
2015, and they just made it to one in 2020 though.
Hey, wait,
bro,
hold on, let me get it straight. So if a team whoops another team's ass 2 years in a row, right? Wins that conference 2 years in a row and does it in dominating fashion, how are they not the kings of that conference?
No, I feel you, but you do got to go to the champ. I feel like y'all got to go to go to the championship this year because it's like
we're not the kings of the country. I ain't claiming that. That's Georgia. That's a whole nother discussion.
I see what you're saying, bro.
I got you. I feel like because John Harbaugh has outcoached Ryan.
Because you got to win the natty to top it off.
If we're talking about the country, I ain't talking about the country.
But
I'm saying, but if I was Ohio State,
I ain't talking about the country, but I'm just saying, like, at least just appear in one. You feel me?
Bama, bro.
Okay, on a national stage, I'm with you, but who's better right now? Ohio State or Michigan?
We not seeing Ohio State win
bro,
one. You know what I mean?
Listen, he just saying like, okay, you saying who running? I understand the past two, Michigan. You feel me? But it's like a series, bro. Okay, y'all won the last two, but who ultimately running it? Because y'all got some catching up to do. So you can't really say y'all won the last two matches. Now y'all running shit, but y'all still down. You feel me?
So how we not? Hold on. So how we not running it though?
Because y'all ain't
okay.
really
Out of the last five, out of the last five,
because y'all still have the favorites to win the
last game was the first time y'all beat them at home in 20 years.
So y'all got a losing record.
That is wild. That is
and y'all still not the clear-cut favorites to win the conference.
I get what you saying. Like, yeah, bro, y'all did beat their heads in twice, but bro,
facts.
This past year was the first time y'all beat them in 20 years at home.
Like
the last time, bro, was like the first time y'all beat them like in 11 years. Like they've been drilling.
Okay,
y'all.
come on,
bro. Like you just.
But you guys don't apply that same. Hold on, you guys don't apply that same logic, right? Yeah, but hold on. You guys don't apply. So, for example, Georgia, they won the chip last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Or no, let's go off when they won in 2021, right? No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If we had that same logic, right? In 2021, Georgia won the chip, and everyone's saying, "Hey, you got to knock them off. They're the returning champs, right?"
Natty champs,
even though Bama had owned their ass and was winning chips, no one was going, "Hey, actually, Bama's the king." Even though Georgia was the champion, you got to knock them off. That's the same logic with Michigan.
But what happened when they started saying Georgia might be the king of the SEC? They just won the SEC this past year, and people saying like, "Hey, man, Georgia might have overtook Alabama as the kings of the SEC." Like, because not only did they win the SEC, they won the national championship.
They're the best team.
And also to win that national championship in 2021, they beat Alabama, like the team that beat them in the SEC championship. So it wasn't like, oh, bro.
But the difference is Bama was winning the championship. Ohio State's not winning the national championship. They haven't won one since 2015. So Michigan not only is beating Ohio State and winning the Big Ten, Ohio State's not winning the chip. So where's Ohio State above Michigan?
But y'all can't king them when y'all ain't winning the series.
What do you mean series? What do you mean by that?
I'm just saying like
the series
overall. The last 5 meetings.
Well, if you go over the overall series, Michigan owns the overall series. If you do that, but anyways,
I'm just talking about like the past 5 years. In the past 5 years, with the whole playoff contention coming into the national championship, Ohio State's been dominant Michigan State. So Michigan State, they have to continue dominating them like they've been doing the past 2 years. All they got to do, if they even fucking go to the national championship,
well, they not beating Michigan next year. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way.
Okay, but I'm saying even
so that'd be 3 years in a row.
Do it again and go to the Natty. I'd give them the Big Ten. Straight up. If they do it again the same fashion and go to the Natty, they don't even got to win. To me, I could say Michigan.
Or at least get a playoff win. Oh yeah, let's go to Natty.
But here's my thing. To me, that's a separate discussion. That's a national discussion. We're talking.
But Ohio State.
I think you guys have a difficulty separating like you own a conference versus you own the national scale. I'm not saying Michigan owns it on a national scale.
Y'all just gotta stamp it. Y'all ain't stamped it yet, man.
In order to solidify, you saying you own a conference, bro. It's like, bro, you gotta make it to the mountaintop, bro. Like.
So by that logic, Michigan could win the next 5 years in a row, but because they don't get to the mountaintop, they don't own a conference by your logic.
That's different because y'all beat them.
But by your logic, if you don't get to the mountaintop, even though you win the conference every year, you can never own the conference.
I'm saying that's their logic. For me,
you just said that they running it right now. I just said they need to put.
So at what point are they running it? Let me ask you.
Give it to them.
After this year, if they beat them this year,
so they gotta do it 3. So you gotta do it 3 years in a row.
Because that's the standard.
Listen, bro.
To me, because Ohio State did it 5 years in a row.
If they would
5 years in a row, that's some crazy talk.
Listen, bro. If they would have did it this year and went to the playoffs and got a playoff win, it would have been easy. Ohio State.
But here's my problem with that logic. You're basically saying, so if a team wins the conference, like let's say 5 years in a row, but never gets a playoff win, by your logic, they can never own the conference. By that logic.
You don't.
That is what you're saying. You're saying unless you get a playoff win, you can't own the conference.
This is what I'm gonna say though. If all right, no, this is what
no, I'm saying y'all got to stamp it.
Yeah, because you got to stamp it. This is what I'm saying. Ohio State was running that conference and still at least making national championship appearances, if not winning the national championship, while they was also dominating that conference. So they set the standard.
They were on it then. Just like Gonzaga.
They set that standard right there of them going to at least going to national championship or winning a playoff game, and also winning the conference. That's the standard. So what you're saying is, hey, bro, just beating Ohio State, which is already the standard. So that itself is already showing you how far Ohio State is over y'all, because you saying, hey, man, fuck even having the highest standard. We just want to beat Ohio State, and
we beat y'all. We running this.
Bro, do you know how weak that sound? Like that sounds so inferior, bro. So we got to match standard for standard. In order to say y'all running it, how Ohio State was running it, you must match their standard.
I'm not saying we was running how Ohio State was running it. I'm saying we are the best. Who's the best team in the Big Ten right now?
Michigan.
Ohio State.
I say Michigan right
now. How can you say Ohio State is the best team in the Big Ten, even though they got the same amount of playoff losses in the last 2 years? They got the ass whooped by Michigan 2 years in a row and haven't won, and they haven't even made the conference championship 2 years in a row, but they're the best team in the conference.
I say Michigan because they have a better quarterback.
That make no sense.
They got more playoff wins than y'all though.
In the past, I'm talking about right now. Who's the best team in the Big Ten right now?
Right now, I still
past 2 years. Who's the best team?
State. I gotta go.
How? What?
I gotta go Ohio State. Just because you play good versus your rival don't mean you the best team in the Big Ten. That's your rival.
Where is
superheroes versus?
Where is Ohio State better than Michigan?
Auburn was 6-6, and Alabama took 4 overtimes to beat them. But do you just sit there and say Auburn is the second best team in the country?
They're not winning They're not winning the conference 2 years in a row. Hold on, they're not winning. But hold on. They're not winning the conference 2 years in a row. Alabama was still competing and winning playoff games. Ohio State hasn't won a playoff game in 2 years, has got the ass whooped by Michigan 2 years in a row, and hasn't even made the conference championship. How can you say they're a better team?
Here's the thing, we hear you. But the thing is, like, if you compare Michigan versus like Alabama and Georgia. Alabama and Georgia was going back and forth a little bit, so they wasn't getting dominated. Y'all was getting dominated for years until these past 2 years. That's why for me, if y'all win this year, then I said, all right, y'all got it because y'all at least is closing out a series.
I just had a simple question: who's the better team right now?
Right now, I say Michigan because I like the quarterback.
Okay, that's all I needed. That to me, you're the best team in the Big Ten.
You're just looking for somebody to agree with you. That's what you're looking for, because.
That's crazy,
Ohio State,
that's just to me. I like Jason McCaffrey. What's the name of?
I'm just saying how I think it's crazy you could put a team above another team, even though neither one of them have won a playoff game in 2 years. Michigan has won the conference 2 years in a row and has beat the other team's ass 2 years in a row. Neither one of them have had playoff success.
But then again, far enough to support your point. Go back 5 years, how they always.
But I'm talking about right now. I ain't talking about 5 years ago.
You got to compare. If we're gonna go back off the past, you can't go back far enough to where it only proves your point. That's lame. That's like, oh, bro, I'm gonna only go back 2 years. No, how
that's
they
why I say let's go back 5.
On the past 5 and the past 10.
If you go off the past 5, then you would say Ohio State's the better team over the past 5 years. But that wasn't my question. My question was, who's the best team in the Big Ten right now?
I'm gonna help Bama out.
I'm picking Ohio State.
That is wild, bro.
I'm gonna help Bama out.
He just wants you to agree with him.
No, I'm gonna help Bama out because
I'm just trying to figure the logic behind that. That's crazy.
Because if I'm wrong.
Michigan,
I got you. If I'm wrong, like,
but I'm choosing Ohio State this year.
What'd you say, Dave?
I'll say here's another reason why I think they're saying Ohio State, because if you look at because with college football, it's a year by year basis. It's different. So that's why for me, I can't say Clemson's the best team in the country, because if you look at our roster, our receivers are not like that. Versus Ohio State, they revamped. Their talent level is right now better than you guys is.
Michigan got the better team this year, bro.
And coaching wise, I'm gonna say it's even. So it's not crazy to say Ohio State's the better team this year, because this year's a completely different year.
Well, let me see what you know about the teams. Let me ask what you know about the teams. Do you know about the returning rosters this coming year?
No, I know. I think I still say y'all the better team because y'all had one of the best. That freshman corner, number 2, he's a dog. JJ McCaffrey. not JJ. What's his name? I forget the quarterback name.
Wilson.
McCarthy or whatever.
McCarthy. He's a
no,
dog.
You're talking about the quarterback or the cornerback or quarterback?
Quarterback.
Oh, JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, that's why I think Michigan's the best because I like him as the quarterback the best. I feel like they have the versus Ohio State. I don't know how good this their new guy's gonna be.
Well, I'll tell you this: Michigan got the number one.
Another reason I go Ohio State too is because outside of from playing from y'all, Ohio State still looks like a top tier team versus y'all just find a way to lose other games versus TCU. Y'all found a way to lose that one. So you should
I agree.
Ohio State.
Ohio State when they lost that game.
Yeah,
I agree.
Ohio State, we could arguably sit there and say Georgia sat up there and won that game versus Ohio State just lost it. Because I could sit there and say Michigan lost that game versus TCU.
They shouldn't have lost that game like that.
No, I agree, but here's my thing though. So next year, right? Michigan got the number one return in production in all college football. They return 44 out of I think 44 players in their starting lineup. They're too deep. They return the majority. They got both their running backs coming back. They got the whole O-line coming back. They got the running back coming back. They got pretty much all the receivers coming back. They got 8 of 11 defensive players coming back, and they're going to be even deeper next year because of that. Ohio State, they got to replace 3 of 5 O-line. They got to replace their quarterback. And I'm sorry, Ohio State's soft as fuck. I'm sorry. They soft as fuck. I'm sorry. So they got to come to Michigan. They got to play a team that already went to their house and beat that ass with the same teams coming back. And it's going to be even deeper next year. So I don't know how you don't pick them to beat Ohio State next year.
Oh no, I still like
brand.
I like that. I like that again from Heritage. What his name is? Brandon Enos is his name. Is that his name?
Brandon. But they do got Marvin Harrison and Mbuka. I mean,
they had him last year.
I'm just saying it's gonna be I feel like
they beat Georgia.
Also, no one talks about it. JJ McCarthy. I don't know if no one knows this. He broke his shoulder in spring last year. He didn't practice in summer, and he had his split reps in the fall. And it was his first year starting. He about to make that sophomore jump, bro. That's all I'm saying. And he's got the same team coming back. So I'm just saying, look out.
Yeah, but y'all really need to look up for Cade though. That's really Cade. That's that.
I like Clemson and shit too. Yes. I think they should have went on.
Hey, Michigan winning the chip, dog. We ready?
All right, now you're pushing it. Now you're pushing it.
Oh no, we winning the chip.
Clemson might have squandered the best defense in the nation last year. They might have had the best defense in the nation.
Georgia, I can't lie. Georgia might.
Clemson was up there.
Or Bama. It's gonna be Georgia or Bama because.
Bama defense wasn't all that.
I ain't like Jalen Milroe.
Our defense was all bad because of coaching. I bullshit you not. We pretty much had personnel. We pretty much had the same personnel as Georgia. It just boiled down to X's and O's. That's why I was like versus that Tennessee game. We just lost that game off of coaching. We had the ball in plus territory, didn't run the ball none in them last 23 seconds, which made no sense. And we was already in field goal range. And we got 2 timeouts in the back pocket, but I'm not going to continue to go on about that because Tennessee lost a game what they should have won versus Georgia because they couldn't move the ball and that offense is sorry. And that's going to further let me know that Hendon Hooker won't transfer to the NFL. Yes, because I see you in the chat, Coach Mark. My true feelings are coming out. Hendon Hooker is going to be ass in the NFL because that offense is so brain dead. Because it's just a bunch of you manipulate the system of college football because you don't have to have so many people on the line of scrimmage. You manipulate the system. They stack receivers directly behind one another. Another rule you can't do in the NFL that you can do in college football.
Also, the hash marks.
The hash marks, Lord Jesus. And then how they play out there on the sideline is another like crazy.
Because of those hash marks, bro. It's crazy.
I have a hot take. I feel like Nico's gonna be better than Hendon Hooker.
No, you can't. Ghost man, you can't stack directly behind one another. And that stack in the NFL, you got to be apexed off one by one. You can go look at it. They not you. If you look at Tennessee, the receivers stack directly behind them. So when they run their route concepts, it almost catch the safety off guard because it's like, oh shit.
Well, even more importantly, when you combine that with the hash, right? Because you could line everything up on one side of the field and leave all that space, and then you stack up the receivers.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so
it's a
so hard. So that back dude going deep, it's so hard to get a hand on them. But if you got good safety play like South Carolina and Georgia, yeah, you shut that shit down.
It's really about good safety play, cause
yeah.
And not only that, only my Alabama, what's going on with like y'all transfer like Xavier Worthy, like y'all receiver, y'all had talent, but it's like just not working out for some reason. Like y'all receivers and some of y'all positions getting in trouble. Like I don't know what's going on with.
Boy. So I don't want to go in too much, man. But everybody who played college football before, man, we all know, man, the school weed, man, and this is why I say it's kind of unfair as a double-edged school because it's Alabama, bro. So like. You're not just gonna think that Alabama gonna have this or these top schools gonna have it, but it's at every school. Everybody sells.
Yeah, it is.
You gonna have the weed man. Like it just so happened to be that the weed man was a star player on the football team, but every school got it. Like, bro, my school had it. Like he wasn't no star.
First time Alabama player.
Remember
the tight end y'all had got busted?
Yeah, I mean it happens. It just happens, bro. Like,
yeah,
gotta be somewhere.
Yeah, it gotta be somewhere.
No, you know who's really good at what's that white guy?
I probably knew about that Cali, you know what I'm saying? You know, got a big home out there in Cali or something.
You got to, because that gas ain't so good.
You on campus, bro. Come on, bro. You on campus with the white boys, 30 a G. Come on.
Thank you.
I don't want to talk too much, but it ain't an NIL deal out there that's going right. You're gonna really have to throw me Bryce NIL.
Nah, I ain't lying. He probably was making bank, man. I'll give you that. He's probably
bro, killing it. Bro, man, the only reason he got caught is because he had too much traffic coming over there at the retreat. That's the apartments where all them boys stay. He probably had too much traffic on them cameras, and they was like, "Man, what the fuck, buddy, got going on over there?" And they popped him. You feel me? And that's what he go get a little slap on the wrist. You know we.
What about your boy Tony Mitchell?
Oh yeah, come on now. Come on. You come on. You know it. That's what I'm saying. It happened so much every year. Before that, it was it was like Ronnie Harrison, bro. It was like some dudes he was with, but they got kicked off the team. They robbed somebody.
Yeah.
That was wild, but strong arm robbery. I was like, whoa. But it happened, bro. Like, I just feel like it's unfortunate that he got to be on there, and now everybody finna act like they was perfect, and that's why I relate with the college kids. Because I keep it real, bro. When I mentor my college students, bro, I keep it real with them. I let them know everything I did, all the same shit. But the only reason I'm talking to you the way I am, because I don't want you to waste time how I did. You feel me? And that's pretty much what I tell them. That's what's kind of unfair now. When young kids mess up, everybody be so quick to be like, "Oh, bro, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that." No, man, come on, man. We got free. That's just so much. We know everybody was so. That's why I was like, bro, just try to relate with them boys and let them boys know, it is what it is. Don't condone it, but sometimes you gotta just let them boys know, man. Shit.
Yeah, even with me, I'm only 20. And like,
hey man, I say come to Michigan, man. We run a good tight ship.
Hey, that's a W promo. W promo. You should be a recruiter.
Yeah, you should be a recruiter.
Like even with me, I'm only 20. It's like I never got into serious trouble about it. Like made some mistakes, and like my coach, people help me out. So like, hey, you're very young. Don't let this, and like just get better because you're gonna make it. It's better. And he's like, it's better to make these mistakes now than later on in your life because you're young, can recover. You have time to recover.
For sure. Any other hot take somebody got, man? Whatever else is towards the end of the show. I don't know if anybody else got something.
Drake May for Heisman.
Their team gonna have 2 Heisman finalists.
Blake Corum, you think JJ McCarthy gonna be in the Heisman?
Oh yeah. Might have 3 shit.
Billy Napier gonna be on the hot seat rumors because I know how us Florida Gator fans work. And I know it.
They gotta fire Jimbo next year if he.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that Jimbo's on the hot seat.
The problem is that bio, bro.
Not on the hot seat.
That bio's crazy.
If they got the money. You just leave. If anybody got the money, Texas there, them got the money.
I hate to say it, but you know who else on the hot seat is Mel Tucker, bro. They paid that man a lot of money for him to came out.
Michigan State.
Oh yeah.
That was a horrible season last year.
This isn't a hot take, but Bama got the best quarterback battle in college football right now.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be a good battle. I know
Ty Simpson and
Ty Simpson and Justin. I mean not Jalen.
Hey, Bama needs to go back to the.
But from what I hear, Milroy ain't in it. From what I hear, I got a buddy. I got an.
Well, Nick Saban need to go back to his roots, bro.
He might be going to. Milroy might be going to receive.
No, Milroy is athletic.
Hey, quarterback's not the problem, bro.
Yeah, Milroy might be going to receiver.
I don't think so, man. I think
quarterback's not the problem, bro.
No. Another quarterback battle is Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning. Like, there's some real noise that Arch could
start. Quinn gonna win if they get Arch their job. I'm sorry.
I think Quinn should play.
Quinn, man, you can't do that. Quinn he legit. He give me transferring to the NFL vibe.
Yeah, he is. He go. I think Quinn Ewers is a hot take, but I think Quinn Ewers is gonna be in the NFL what they thought Zach Wilson was supposed to be.
Yeah,
like I think Quinn Ewers can pull off you know how Zach Wilson threw that ball in the pro day that got him number 2 overall. I don't know if y'all remember that throw, but anyway, I think because just watching him versus Alabama, I think Quinn
he made every throw.
And he made it similar to how Zach Wilson threw that ball, that little flip. He was throwing balls like that. Now I was like, it kind of made me nervous as a bet because I was like, bro, he throwing them from awkward angles, but they was on the money, bro. I was like, this could really transfer to the NFL. Like,
he gave me Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence vibe.
CJ Stroud throw the prettiest ball, bro.
He really does.
Bro, CJ Stroud throws the most effortless pass, bro. I think
I like the way what you call spin it too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hate on them. I like Sam Hartman and Drake May. Them like two.
Yeah, Drake May's gonna be tough.
Drake. We had a rumor for 2 days that Drake May might be coming to Florida. I was so happy. Then he shut that shit down with the quickness.
Bro, I don't think I've seen Stroud throw an inaccurate pass.
Yeah,
I'll say this. I'm gonna say Jordan Travis will be in Heisman watch contention.
Yeah,
Shea doing my Heisman watch for this year.
I'll give him that. I feel like he'll finish top.
What Lane Kiffin got going on down there? He just quarterback stockpiling? I wonder.
Yeah, that's normally what he do though. He a quarterback guru. He love them QBs that run.
But the stockpiling like that, he got 3 starters over there down there.
But someone needs to figure out what Ryan Day does with them quarterbacks, bro. He don't have a bad one.
He's not a coach him.
Well, I mean, I don't think quarterback's the problem, man. They got other.
That's a good offensive system.
Yeah, they quarterbacks gonna miss.
Yeah, I'll give you this. What's the name
of the wide open receiver?
LeBron
one. Go James.
Go James.
I'll give you this. That is Ohio State problem is y'all have bullied them like that. Like last year, like
they solved this baby shit, bro.
Y'all beat them in trenches. I think that's their problem because like they haven't had a Joey Bosa or Chase.
Well, they also don't run the ball, or they run the ball, but it's all finesse.
Yeah, it's like they too finesse. I think Ryan Day's too finesse versus Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer will get dirty with him.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, dog. Ryan Day he's for sure ain't beating them next year. I'll tell you that right now. But after that, I think Ryan Day, because our recruiting ain't that good right now, so he might have it might turn back around. But next year, no shot.
Hey, Penn State's gonna have a bounce back year. That's what I'm predicting. They're gonna have a bounce back year.
Hey, everybody just gotta pray for 24, bro. 23 is locked up. It's locked up. Good chance. 23 locked up for Michigan, bro. Michigan got that locked up.
It's gonna make me laugh. All right, y'all boys. Any closing remarks y'all want to say? Where they can find y'all on social media, Dave?
Just follow my TikTok _DaVinci. That's it. And Clemson, we coming back this year.
All I gotta say, man, is good luck to everybody next year. You know, say your prayers, whatever you gotta do. Go to church. I don't know what you gotta do. Just pray that you don't gotta play Michigan next year, man. It's gonna be a rough going. Ohio State soft as baby shit. Clemson, good luck to you. I don't know what to tell you. Everything going downhill there, and we're gonna get 3 Heisman finalists, and that's about it.
3 is crazy.
Whoa, 3 is wild.
That's wild.
All right, dog. Peace.
All right, y'all.
Y'all had to go. Y'all had to go 15-0 and like beat them by a margin of 30.